we're at Big Camp together doing church in community, and I wanted to ask you, what was church like for you growing up?
Oops, now this could be bad. Are you sure you want to ask me? Because this could be embarrassing. My dad is, of course, resting in peace, but I was bent on leaving the Adventist Church as early as possible because my father was a preacher, and it was too much. He was too good, he was too holy, he was too perfect. Now, I was, kind of committed to the goodness. That's why I knew it was too much.
Right.
And I don't like this part of the questioning, but you asked me.
When this part of the question occurred, where was this? Where were you living?
Oh, I was born on the northeastern coast of South America, the English piece of South America called Guyana.
Right.
And I was a preacher's son, and my mother and my older sister said I was a perfect baby and a good little boy.
Yeah.
But I know my heart better than they do, and the Lord knows it even better. And he says, we really don't have anything good going on inside. But I came to the place where I realized, you didn't ask me that, but I came to the place where I realized as a teenager that I didn't have to be my dad.
Right.
I didn't have to reach his standard. I simply had to learn to trust the Jesus who does everything that matters and is willing to do it in me, for me, through me, for everybody else.
So and from that's why you're still in this church community.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy.
Right.
I shed a lot of tears. I cried and I cried and I cried when it dawned upon me that my idea of being good and being perfect was so painfully flawed.
Right.
But I cried also for joy to realize I didn't have to strive and struggle and kick the wall and eat my fingernails and soak my pillows with tears it was trusting Jesus rather than making it on my own. Yeah.
And this is what you've been talking about over this weekend together?
Well, actually, what I've been trying to do is help my sisters and brothers to realize that sin is neither first nor inevitable. Before there was sin, there was God. Before there was flaw, there was perfection. And when God says perfect, he means Jesus. Before there was poverty, there was wealth. And before there was failure, there was triumph. And when God says success, he means Jesus. And when he says great, he means faithful. At the end, as we said in the last presentation, this is irony, but he's going to say, you done good. Good on you, mate. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful. And that's what he asks for. But this faithfulness is, you have got the point that if you'll trust me, I'll take care of you. That's the joy that sustains me and the thrill I'd like to share with everybody else. And I believe that when God really has his way, a lot of the striving will give way to harmony and union.
And is that what you see in church at its best today?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I think when we surrender our individual striving, it won't simply be an individual striving to be good on my own. It will also be an individual striving to be the one who gets to direct the movie, or the one whose ideas get voted on in the committee, or the one who gets to lead in the follow-up. We have a model. It's Acts chapter 2. When the Holy Spirit was poured out in the early rain, it was because the guys had quit fighting. They had surrendered their rivalries. Everybody just loved everybody else and just wanted Jesus to rule and reign. And there are great ideas that come through, but it's no longer Peter's thing or Matthew's thing, or the rivalry is surrendered. The Spirit has his way. And that church at its best is that mystery of oneness that confounds the world. So they have got to say, this is God. And that's what I am thrilled to be a part of by faith. And I know we will have the privilege of being a part of it in actual life and experience and breath and flesh and blood for the triumph of the gospel at the end of time. That's what I'm looking for.
Lael, thank you so much.
Well, it's been a thrill talking with you, Bryan. Thanks for having me.